Well, here's a video of me installing Windows XP, probably for the final time. Unfortunately, I have found, as you'll see later in the video, that it's bloody difficult to update Windows, and this is probably the start of the slow, painful death that XP will go under. This initial stage is obviously after inserting the CD, and it requires, for me anyway, because it's a upgrade, it required a previous version of Windows, which was actually 98, so that's how far that goes back. This video is obviously speeded up dramatically on a kind of time lapse really, so you can see what's going on, but it's a lot faster. So the reason why I'm doing this is to really show people how much of a nightmare I had. Nearly 3 hours of pain and torture, and also to kind of put people off, I suppose, maybe to make a decision to just install Windows 7 instead, which is probably regarded as a good operating system. XP was regarded one of the best, but I think now, because we've kind of lost contact with it through Microsoft ditching it, it's a shame really, because I really liked XP. The reason for installing it again was I uninstalled it to install Ubuntu, which then I found out I couldn't do a lot with. Although it is quite a good operating system, I did find out that I couldn't do a lot with it, so I needed to go back. Going back, well, that was a fucking mistake, wasn't it? But there we go. So this was over the space of a evening, and as you can see in the background, it's getting quite dark here. As the night turns in, he dies. But XP, I've used it for many years, as many other people have. It's more than 12 years old now, isn't it, really? A classic operating system. But my attitude is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, just repair it. But maybe they don't want to, they're not going to make a lot of money off that, so they don't want to do that. But the thing is, I think you just get used to using the same thing over and over again, as I do. I get used to my familiar surroundings, and I like the way things were, and it's just, I was just stuck with it. I've seen videos of Windows 8, and it's not. I don't know if I can get used to that. So obviously my next step will be to get Windows 7, which will be my next operating system. At the moment, I'm going to have to put up with Ubuntu, but you can. Ubuntu is good. It's fast. If you just want to browse the web, if you want to do just basic stuff, it's okay. It runs well. It's fast. You don't have to worry about a lot of updates. But the thing is, if you want to do more than that, you're going to need Windows, because most applications, games, and etc., 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 run on Windows. And Windows is good, but there you go. So we're still at the early stages of installing, really. God, I won't see this screen anymore. But installing Ubuntu is so fast. It's not like this. This is like an hour in already. So your Ubuntu is just straight in there. I think I haven't installed Windows 7 yet, but I'm sure that's a lot faster. The thing I found that takes the most time, especially with XP, is installing the rest of the drivers and whatnot afterwards. All the stuff that you want on the computer, that just takes time. And the updates, the service packs. That takes time. But with XP, this is where you're going to come into some trouble. Here I am installing some drivers here. But with XP, you're going to come into some trouble, and I found it's been crashing in Explorer. It didn't used to crash. I don't know why it's crashing, but it didn't used to, you know. This is a fresh install and it's crashing already. So the only thing I can figure is something to do with the internet is interfering with the old system, and it's not handling very well. Who knows, eh? So here we are now again. So many restarts. But this was, well, will be the last time I'll ever install XP, because I'll go to Windows 7. This is where the frustration starts, unfortunately. As you can see, I'm trying to get on the internet and I'm trying to use the auto update. It just doesn't work. It's crashed. Hopefully this will be some educational value to someone out there. Probably make them go buy Windows 7 instead. But the problem is you need the service packs. I think you have to go to install Service Pack 2 now, not 1, just go straight to 2. You need then Service Pack 3. I tried to install from one of the links from Microsoft, but the links don't work. It requires me to have Service Pack 2 to download them. When I go to another screen in a bit, as you see, I can't get onto the page because I need Windows 8. I can't get Internet Explorer 8, and I can't get Internet Explorer 8 without Service Pack 2. I can't get Service Pack 2. Catch 22. This download it doesn't work because it just won't let me. It's the lack of support from Microsoft which is the problem here. It's not adaptable to an old Internet Explorer. It's not adapting to the old operating system. They're not giving you very clear direct links. They're not considering if you're doing this from an old version of XP. They just don't care really. Why? It's probably because they want you to just buy the new one. I don't know how many people want to still use XP, but you know, people who can't afford a new operating system or just don't want to, they're kind of buggered really, as I am here. So I'm going to have to go get Windows 7 if I want to enter the world of Windows again. That failed, look, see? It's just before, because I reinstalled this couple of months ago, it was a bit easier. I actually managed to get past a few stages, but even then it was still a nightmare. And this, I was unable to install any of the updates, so I just gave up. And I actually put Ubuntu back on again, and that'll have to do until I get Windows 7. I've probably wandered off there. Oh, it's crashed. I think it's crashed. So what do people love about Windows XP? Well, I suppose it was a great operating system because it was just very sharp and clear. It run well, and everything was where you wanted it. It just looked right, you know. I do agree that Windows 7 is a good operating system now, and if you liked XP, you'll probably like Windows 7. But the thing is, what if you just want to carry on using the old software? Well, maybe you can't. Here, look, you'll notice I keep going on pages and I keep going back to the same one. That was because different links just linked me back to that page where I was unable to still get any information or any direct links to get the service pack to. Um, it was just an absolute bloody nightmare. Frustration. Um, if anyone's actually got any tips or help, it will be much appreciated to leave it in the comments box, because for educational purposes and you know, just a basic help section for this video, you know, it will be useful to anyone trying to install it, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I'm going to just give up. So it was just an absolute nightmare. As you can see, I keep going back and forward and back and forward, dead links, and then at this point it keeps crashing a lot. For some reason it just keeps crashing. Microsoft has decided that they don't want me anymore. They want me to go out and buy another one. They want me to get Windows 7 or 8, and they just don't want me to carry on using XP. It's frustration because, you know, what happened to what the customer wants? They could have had more support for it, just some simple direct links to get it, to get the service packs, but was unable to. And this is direct from Microsoft. You would have thought, you know, a big company like that would be able to help you a lot easier, but they're not. It's a shame. It's the incompatibility from the old to the new. You see, you can't get 2 without 3 service packs, that is. Sorry, you can't get 3 without 2. Got it wrong way around there. There's probably alternative websites you could go to or links, but I wanted to get it directly from Microsoft. I didn't want to get lost in some world of other websites, but there's probably some legitimate ones out there to help you. I just gave up, to be honest. An absolute nightmare. But what can you do? This is the end. My only friend, the end. Goodbye, XP. Yeah. Endless searching. Can't update. And I'm afraid that is your lot. So I hope you found this slightly entertaining. If not, that was a waste of your time.